அந்த டைம் சொல்லிடு. ஆமா அங்க இருக்கோம்.
YouTube link post பண்ணிட்டேன் மேம்.
போஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டீங்களாமா?
இல்ல மேம், இல்லங்க. அதனால தான்
இங்க இருக்கு பாருங்க, லைவ் ஆன் யூடியூப்ல கீழ பாத்தீங்கன்னா காப்பி ஸ்ட்ரீமிங் லிங்க்.
எஸ் மேம்.
அத காப்பி பண்ணி போஸ்ட் பண்ணுங்க.
Thank you மேம்.
Ma'am, I think it's time, ma'am.
Yes, sir. We can start now.
Yes. Baski, ma'am.
Yes, Sakla.
Yes.
Ma'am, shall we start, ma'am?
Okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Without much further ado, we'll begin the session now. I invite the Research Cell Coordinator, Dr. G. Vasuki, Associate Professor of Mathematics, to welcome the gathering. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. So my humble pronouns to our revered Ambas and pleasant morning to our esteemed Principal, Controller of Examinations, and our today's resource person, Dr. Sivasakti Velan, and to all the dear participants. So on behalf of our Innovation Club and Research Cell, I welcome our Madam, Controller of Examinations, and our resource person, Dr. Sivasakti Velan, who is going to be our resource person for today's program, and to all the dear participants. So once again, I cordially welcome our resource person for our today's program. Now, I cordially invite Dr. Gomati to introduce our resource person. Over to Gomati.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I find immense pleasure in introducing our chief guest of the day, Dr. P. Sivasakti Velan. Having secured ever distinctions and won 4 gold medals right from his undergraduation through his post-graduation and qualified ICARs, ASRB and National Eligibility Test in Agricultural Microbiology, he is serving as an assistant professor in the Department of Agricultural Microbiology, a Faculty of Agriculture at Annamalai University for almost 12 years till date. Our resource person has completed 4 research projects funded by various national and state agencies, and many are ongoing, among which his role as associating scientist in an ICAR project New Delhi amounted to 9.33 crores deserve a special mention. He has also handled a couple of consultancy projects of 2 lakhs to his credit. He carries life member association to 10 national and international professional bodies. To name a few, he is a prestigious life member in National Academy of Biological Sciences, Universal Society of Food and Nutrition, and Association of Microbiologists of India. His achievements include 50 research publications in international journals, 13 ISBN seminar proceedings, published 3 books, 8 book chapters published, attended several international and national conferences, seminars, symposia, and workshops, chaired sessions in 4 conferences, delivered 18 special lectures, and guided 13 PG students, and is currently guiding students for doctorate degree. He is an award-winning professional with 21 various awards till date, including his Outstanding Faculty Award in the year 2018, Teacher Innovation Award in the year 2019, and the Best Scientist Award in the year 2020. And his academic accomplishments goes on and on. He has visited Singapore, Malaysia, and Sri Lanka to gather and to share his expertise in the field of agricultural microbiology. His crucial area of research revolves around formulation of bioinoculants with low-cost carriers and development of agriculturally beneficial microbial consortium. Badged with several accolades of credits, he is a man of simple bearing. Through his passionate dedication to research, one can find him always in the front to serve when it comes to academic service. Such a service is hard to witness, an inspiration to many. The acquaintance of such a personality is a blessing to us. Sir, we are overwhelmed with your presence and thank you for your taking the time out of your busy schedule for our webinar. We hope that our students are able to seek guidance and imbibe knowledge from your thoughts. On behalf of everyone, may I invite Dr. P. Shivashaktivelan to take over the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Gomati, for your nice introduction. Most respected Principal and President of IIC, Dr. R. Umarani ma'am, Vice President Dr. B. Amudambige ma'am, Convener of the today's program, Dr. L. Agilandeshwari ma'am, Social Media Coordinator, Dr. C. Preeta, Innovative Activity Coordinator, Dr. R. Gomati, Internship Coordinator, Dr. R. Anuradha, IPR Activity Coordinator, Dr. K. Gomati, and ARIIA Coordinator, Dr. Ilakya, NIRF Coordinator, Dr. Marlin, and members, Dr. Lavanya, Sangeeta, Anbu Vidya, Vidya and Kavita, and star students, very warm good morning to one and all. I thank the authorities of the Sri Sharada College for Women for creating such a nice opportunity for me to interact with the young minds of the society. So let me begin with my presentation. So don't believe in the words of Gomati. Now I will say who I am. Why I accepted this invitation. First one, Sharada College gives life to everyone, but it has given me a wife. My wife is alumni of Sharada College. She did her BSc Mathematics in the year, I hope it's 2005. So for a proof, I have given a book what she had from your institution, Situational Grammar and Composition, written by your faculties. So this is the first reason why I took this invitation. And second one, the introducer of me, Dr. Gomati, was my good friend, and we both of us had the interaction with Dr. Mailsam Yannadurai at Tamil Nadu State Council for Science and Technology. Very few scientists were invited to have an interaction there to upscale our research projects. So there I had a contact with Dr. Gomati. She said she invited, come for a program to our institution like that. There began our friendship. And that is the second reason why I accepted this invitation. And the most important thing is The real reason why I'm delivering a lecture today. Wherever I go, I could see a green revolution. That is your students in green color. So they used to be very close to me. They have an informal interactions. They have a lot of doubts. We speak more science. So this is one such program on Azola cultivation where your students were with me at some private institution at Namakkal. So these are the three key points why I'm delivering a lecture today. So this is the foremost and the real reason why I'm delivering a talk today. And as said by Gomati, you forget everything. I will say who I am. I was born on 28th December in 1984 in a remote village in Kadlur district. So I was very notorious, uncontrollable. I had a very poor handwriting and a low academic caliber. I was not a teacher's pet. My schoolhood was very horrible. The teachers named me as Makapayan. So this is the real certificate what I get from my teachers. So there was no change in was observed in my schoolhood. My first doubt to my teacher was the Tamil alphabet U and English mathematical number numerical 2 is same. How could you differentiate U with 2? So this was my first question to my teacher, and my parents was brought to the school. From that day, I was not a teacher's pet. So my interest was not in academics. I was interested in co-curricular activities rather than academics. I spent most of my times in scout organization and writing poems. This was my hobby, and I'm very poor academic caliber. So these are the two recognitions which I got in scout. One from the President Award from the Dr. K.R. Narayanan, the President of India, and Fatima Bibi, the then Governor of Tamil Nadu. These are the two awards which I received in scouts. So my passion was writing lyrics to cinema. So I never thought I will write a research paper. So my aim is to write lyrics to cinema. I want to be a director. So my line was something different away from academics. So the teachers played the role of parents in my life. So my school teachers, they tapped me and they said, I'm not good in academic caliber, so they don't let me down. So they said, it's not a problem. Whatever talent you have, you can develop like that, they said to me. So the teachers played the role as a parent. Like that, my life moved on. Then I started my career at Anam University as an undergraduate student. So you know very well, it is a reputed institute in India with 10 faculty of medicine, dentistry, agriculture, engineering, arts, science, Indian language, education, fine arts, and marine biology, which has a maximum number of students on roll that is more than 5 lakhs in its distance education. So per day, the floating population of Anam University is more than 35,000. 35,000 students and staffs come in and move out. So that is a busy campus. So I started my undergraduation there. So this was my first day at Faculty of Agriculture at Anam University. I gave a talk in the inaugural function, that is the freshers welcome. So everyone will have a turning point in that everybody's life. So that spark may happen at any time. So my life, it happened on this day because of this lady. My professor, Dr. D. Stella, the present head of the Department of Agricultural Microbiology, Faculty of Agriculture. So what all the words said by Gomati on me is because of this ma'am. So what I'm today is because of her. So I take this opportunity to thank my professor who molded me, who shaped me, who was my second parent. So she was my guide, philosopher, and everything to me. So I thank the madam at this juncture for her, for shaping me and molding me. So as it was said, from the introductory slide, what I gave about me, the situation started changing. So I was an award winner. Then I got gold medals in my undergraduation and post-graduation. So this transformation happened in life only because of my teachers. So she found the microbiologist in me. Even though we have various departments in my post-graduation, I chose microbiology because of that man. So at last, I too became a teacher. Now delivering talk to young minds, saying that don't do what I did. So that is the nature of a teacher. He will do all mistakes in his life. At last, he will say, don't do these things. So at last, I too became a teacher. So this gentleman who is sitting next to me is Dr. Shanmugelu, my scholar, and he is actually presently the Deputy Director of Agriculture in Government of Pondicherry, and she is a special task force member under Kiran Bedi, the Lieutenant Governor of Pondicherry. So he did his post-graduation under my guidance, and presently he is a special task force member under Kiran Bedi. So this is how my life turned. So don't have a belief or don't have a thought. Only intellectuals or knowledgeable persons who score first rank from LKG to 12th standard, who score more than 1,000, 1,200, 1,100, they alone will write, do research, and they alone will be having a capability to write a paper. It's a myth. Don't believe in such false findings. So now I started producing gold medalist. My student is a gold medalist. So this is how my life turned out. To be very frank, we will sort out the welcome address, vote of thanks, everything we will forget. We will have an informal discussion. So what is scientific writing and how we can write, why we need a scientific writing, like that we will have. For the better understanding of students, I hope we can go bilingual. So with the permission of authorities, shall I be bilingual, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you. So why a scholar or academician or a scientist should be able to write? Because whatever I find in my laboratory, it lies with my room. If the society wants to know about it, so it is no other go. I have to convey the message, convey the thing. In agricultural science, we used to say from lab to land program. ஸோ என்னுடைய ஆய்வகத்தில் நான் என்ன கண்டுபிடிச்சாலும் அதை வந்து வயல்வெளிக்கு எடுத்துட்டு போகும்போது தான் அதனுடைய முழுமை வந்து நிறைவு பெறும். ஸோ அத்தகைய சூழல்ல நம்மளுடைய கண்டுபிடிப்புகள் வந்து சொசைட்டிக்கு போகணும் அப்படின்னா definitely we should have a very good scientific writing. So we can take that in two ways, one by the oral communication and second one by the written communication. So oral communication, how we can disseminate our knowledge or our findings. One, we can attend seminars, we can go for oral presentation in the seminar, conference, symposium, like that. If I'm presenting my work, so maximum of 300 to 400 will participate. That's all. For conference la adhigabachama we will have a 5 per year conference and we will have 500, not more than that. Whereas when you go for writing, written part of communication, it will reach lakhs and lakhs, whoever works on that area. So when it comes to the print media or it comes to the online mode, so a lot of people will be going through that work and they will be communicating through us. So what are the different types of written communication? We can go for research paper writing, we can go for short or rapid communications, we can go for reviews and other things. And you may have a doubt, journal writing அப்படின்னு வச்சிருக்கலாம் அல்லது வேற ஏதாவது ஒரு டைப் ஆஃப் டைட்டில்ஸ் கொடுத்துருக்கலாம். Why a scientific writing அப்படின்னா, it is not only journal writing. Writing to a journal மட்டும் writing கிடையாது. There are various other platforms where you can write, various other forms where you can write. So that's what we are going to see today. So why we need to publish? First, for individual recognition. If you go to Google, you type my name, it comes. So that is an individual recognition. என்னோட name Google type பண்ணா, so it says who I am. So we need an individual recognition. You may be a faculty, you may be a student, you may be a research scholar. உங்களோட name Google type பண்ணா வரணும். So that is an individual recognition. So இன்னைக்கு first ஒருத்தவங்களை பத்தி தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும் அப்படின்னா நம்ம போய் கேட்கறது அப்பா அம்மா கூட கிடையாது, கூகுள்ல தான். யூ லாஸ்ட் கூகுள் who is he, who is coming for tomorrow's program அப்படின்னு டைப் பண்ணீங்கன்னா you can find. So we need an individual recognition. That's the first reason why we should publish. Second, to increase the API score. If it is an assistant professor, associate professor, we need for promotion, we need this, we need to increase our API score. So that is the reason why we need to publish. The next points are based on the impact factor, what we publish, that we know very well. And next thing, the credit to us and also to our institution. You know very well, now you are in the progress of going for a NAC, NIRF and AICT. So they rank the institution based on the publications what we have. So we know very well now recently India's ranking for 2020 came for a NIRF. Most of the arts and science colleges are from Tamil Nadu. So more than 35 colleges are from Tamil Nadu. So that's a credit what we derive. So if you have a good number of publication in the national level or international level ranking, we can lead. So that is also the main reason why we should publish our paper. So next, this is a NAC scoring. So in this, you can second column is for autonomous colleges. First column is for universities. You see the total mark of 1,000. 100 marks comes from research publication and awards. So you see the weightage or importance what the NAC is giving for the publication. Out of 1,000 marks, 100 comes from the research publication and awards. So even if you come for the autonomous colleges, 20 marks in the category 3, criteria 3, research, innovation, and extension, 20 marks comes out of your research publication. So in such a platform, this gains importance. Okay. 2008, I completed my PG. 2009, I joined, 2008 December, I joined the Namra University as assistant professor. In 2009, I asked my chairman, Madam, I'm willing to write a paper. She said, just now you have completed your post-graduation. How can you write a paper? Then I said, Madam, I'm interested in writing. She said, okay, you write and bring a paper. I don't know anything, any basics, nothing. I wrote a paper, effect of different organic amendments addition into Azoospermillum bioinoculant with lignite as carrier material. That was my topic. There were a lot of mistakes, grammatical mistakes, scientific errors, and even statistically it was not good. I wrote a paper. So she molded the paper, she reformed the paper, she reframed the paper. At last, a paper came. I don't know the methodology of submitting a paper into a journal. So I submitted to some other journal by name Botany Research International. It is not a reputed journal, not a standard journal. Just like that, I submitted a paper to that journal. In 2009, that journal published my paper. If the journal is publishing my paper, you understand the standard of that journal. So it has a lot of mistakes, but they published the paper. So to my surprise, one day I was surfing the net. Immediately I typed my name. I could see this page. That is Cornell University Biocar Inoculants Project. It was supported by the National Science Foundation's Basic Research to Enable Agricultural Development Program. It was a program by the government. That Cornell University, they have run a project on biochar inoculant projects. In that, they have quoted my paper as further reading and selected reference. So you see, I am sitting at a remote end of Annamalai Nagar in Tamil Nadu, a dead end of in a coastal belt here in Tamil Nadu. Cornell University is referring me. So this is a reason why you have to publish your paper. So this is the key point. This gave me a spark. If I publish a paper, I can be known by everyone in the scientific field. So even though there are a lot of mistakes, still that paper is on the website. You can see Botany Research International. That paper is available. This page is also available in the net. Cornell University, they have this page. So this created a spark in me. So thereafter, I started developing interest in me to write and publish a paper. So these are the different hurdles what we have in research publication. First, beginning is a very big trouble. The most difficult part is getting started. If you start then we will leave it. So next we will conceive some idea. So after conceiving the idea, we will not write. Then we will do some primitive research. Then we will not write, publish. Then we will start writing something. At last, at that point also it may perish. So at last, getting into the last phase, that is publishing the paper, is a Herculean task. So these are the various hurdles what we have. So only they are calling it as publish or perish. You want to publish or you want to perish. First, we need to conceive an idea. Second, we need to do a research. Third, we need to write. And at last, we need to publish. These are the different hurdles in publishing a paper. We may stop at any point. Some may not begin. That is 90% belong to this category where we don't begin at all. Even though we begin, we will conceive an idea, we will stop there. Then we won't go for research. Some will do the research, they will not write. Some will write and they will have the paper safely, they will not publish. So these are the different steps where we are lagging or where we are stopping. Okay, now I have conceived an idea, I have done a research, I am going to publish a paper. What is the next step? When it is time to write a research paper, first thing, choose a journal to publish. In which journal I am going to publish? That's the first thing. If you are choosing a journal, after choosing the journal, what you have to do? First, we need to go through the instructions to the authors. So every journal in their web page, they will be given this thing, instruction to authors. So we need to prepare a manuscript according to the prescribed stage. Usually, our scholars' mentality, they have a mentality like this. Manuscript must comply with the format requirement of the journals. It is author's responsibility. We will send it to the journal. Editor பார்த்துப்பாரு. அவர் வந்து அலைன் பண்ணிப்பாரு, அவர் வந்து ரெஃபரன்ஸ் எல்லாம் மாத்தி அவர் பப்ளிஷ் பண்ணி தருவாரு அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு மைண்ட் செட் நம்மகிட்ட இருக்கு. ஏன்னா பிகாஸ் மை ஸ்டூடெண்ட் யூஸ் டு சே தட், சார் ஏன் ரொம்ப பார்த்துட்டே இருக்கீங்க சார், எடிட்டர் பார்த்துக்குவாங்க சார், பப்ளிஷர் பார்த்துக்குவாங்க சார், இட் இஸ் அவர் பேப்பர். ஸோ வி நீட் டு டிசைட் பேஸ்ட் ஆன் தி ரெக்வயர்மெண்ட்ஸ் ஆஃப் தி ரெஸ்பெக்டிவ் ஜேர்னல். அண்ட் நெக்ஸ்ட் திங் நம்ம செய்யற மிகப்பெரிய தப்பு என்னன்னா, we will prepare one paper and we will send the same paper to many journals. ஒவ்வொரு ஜேர்னலுக்கும் அதே பேப்பர் அனுப்பிட்டே இருப்போம். ஸோ ஈவன் சார் நான் 10 தடவை அனுப்பியிருக்கேன் சார், பேப்பர் ரிஜெக்ட் ஆகுது அப்படின்னு ஒரு கம்ப்ளைண்ட் வரும். ரீசன் இஸ் தி ரெக்வயர்மெண்ட்ஸ் ஃபார் டிஃபரெண்ட் ஜேர்னல்ஸ் ஆர் டிஃபரெண்ட். ஒவ்வொருத்தவங்களுக்கும் ஒரு ரெக்வயர்மெண்ட்ஸ் இருக்கு, we need to satisfy them. So if you send like that, then only our paper will get published. So types of publication, we have a confusion, sir, ஒவ்வொன்றும் ஒரு பேர்ல இருக்கு, whether all the publication are same. No, all publications are not same. There are various types of publication, we will see one by one. First one is the full length research article. Complete our research பண்றீங்க from top to bottom, then you are eligible to write a full length research article. Full length research article should not exceed 3500 words. The paper should describe the new and confirmed findings. நீங்க புதுசா செஞ்சிருக்கணும், உங்களோட findings confirm பண்ணிருக்கணும். So if that is the case, we can go for this full length research article publication. Experimental procedure should give a sufficient details for others to verify the work. You are saying I have done this, I have got so and so result. So you should be very clear in giving your experimental results. Even if they want, somebody want to do the experiment, they want to repeat it. If they are repeating, they should also get the result in your same trend. அதே வேல்யூ கிடைக்கணும்னு சொல்லல, அந்த ட்ரெண்ட்ல அவங்களுக்கும் they should get the results. The paper should have 10 to 12 typed pages comprising of an abstract, a keywords not more than 5, introduction, precise to introduce the subject with citation of relevant literature, materials and methods, result and discussion, acknowledgements and references. No heading for abstract or introduction to be given here. So நிறைய பேர் abstract side heading கொடுப்பாங்க. So you should not do that. An introduction, don't give side heading for the introduction. So this is about a full length research article. So far நம்மள பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் publication அப்படின்னா we will be thinking only it is a full length research article. ஒரு work பண்ணி ஒரு பேப்பர் எழுதணும். So அதுதான் நமக்கு தெரியும். So there are other types of writing also. So this is called a short communication. Short communication should not exceed 1200 words. A short communication should be a record of completed short investigation, giving details of new methods or findings. For example, you are doing a research, you have found something. ஒரு full paper publish பண்ற அளவுக்கு நம்ம கிட்ட content இல்ல, ஆனா I have a content what I can share to the scientific community. So அப்ப என்ன செய்யலாம்? So we should have a 4 to 5 typed pages followed by an abstract, keywords மட்டும் வச்சிட்டு, body of the letter will not have any title like abstract, materials and method, result, discussion, except the acknowledgement and reference மட்டும் இருக்கும். So it will not contain abstract, materials and method, result, discussion, nothing will be there. The total page will come to 4 to 5 pages. You can publish as short communication. You see here, Elsevier is publishing a short communication. So this is also a type of writing. Full paper மட்டும் தான் எழுதணும் அப்படின்னு கிடையாது. So இந்த மாதிரி short communication, so we can write. So this is about a review article. Sir, I don't have any research work. என்கிட்ட எதுவுமே கிடையாது sir. But I have knowledge on something. So what you can do, you can write a review paper. You can collect various paper on the same topic and you can review and you can write. Review should not exceed 5000 words. It should be a comprehensive, up-to-date and critical on the recent topic of importance. Don't write a review on older stories. Nobody will accept or publish that one. So இப்போ கரண்ட்ல இருக்கிற ஒரு ட்ரெண்டிங்கான ஒரு டாபிக் எடுத்து you can collect something and you can read, go through the papers and you can write a review paper. It should cite the latest references and identify the gaps for further future research and further research. யாரு ரிவ்யூ பேப்பர் படிப்பாங்க அப்படின்னா those who are doing research on that area. ஸோ யாரோட தீம் ஏரியால ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்களோ அந்த ஏரியால இருக்கவங்க they will read your paper. ஸோ அப்ப when you are giving a older references, if it is past 10 yearsக்கு முன்னாடி இருக்க ரெஃபரன்ஸ் கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா they will not read. ஸோ லாஸ்ட் 10 yearsக்குள்ளார இருக்கிற ரெஃபரன்சஸ் நம்ம கொடுக்கும் பொழுது அவங்களோட ரிசர்ச்க்கு it will be very much useful. So you can write a review article. So it should also contain an abstract without headings, keywords, acknowledgement and reference. So this is how you can write a review article. So next one is correspondence. So it should not exceed 600 words. This consists of letters that are of great interest to the scientist and technical comments, including those on article or communication published in the respective journal within the previous 6 months. Short letters are preferred. Letters may be reviewed or edited. For example, A journal is publishing a paper. Or journal or paper publish ஆகுது. You want to comment on that. You want to give your critical note on that. You can write and you can publish. So this is called as correspondence. How important are the correspondence paper? அடுத்தது ஒரு கொஸ்டின் வரும் சார், அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஜேர்னல்ல வந்த பேப்பரை நாம கரஸ்பாண்டன்ஸ் பேப்பரா எழுதுனா அவங்க பப்ளிஷ் பண்ணுவாங்களா சார் அப்படின்னு ஒரு கொஸ்டின் வரும். When I say this, many students say no sir, correspondence papers and all they are not publishing. For them I have given a data here. Each issue of current science contains correspondence paper. Every issue of the current science, they are having the correspondence paper. For example, the issue of volume 103 contains the respective following number of correspondence paper: 9 in the first issue, 8 in the second issue, 6 in the third issue, 9 in the fourth issue, 7 papers in the fifth issue, 9 in the sixth issue, and 9 in seventh issue, 10 in eighth issue. So like that, every publication which is published in the current science, every issue, they are publishing the correspondence paper. So உங்களுக்கு full length எழுத முடியல சார், review எழுத முடியல, you can write a correspondence paper. ஒரே ஒரு பேப்பர் எடுத்துட்டு, so you can write a critical note on that. So this is also counted as publication. So this is scientific correspondence. It should be less than 1500 words. See, எவ்வளவு சின்னதா இருக்கு பாருங்க. So இந்த பாருங்க, it ஒரு A4 paper, if you type that, it will come only to half a page. So this is called as scientific correspondence. So this what you can do. For example, you are going for a training or a seminar, or you are visiting an institute as an IV. So on the institute நீங்க போறப்ப you are seeing a new instrument. ஏதாவது ஒரு instrumentation வாங்கி வச்சிருக்காங்க அப்படின்னா, you can have a technical note on that. இது எப்படி ஒர்க் பண்ணுது சார், இதனோட பிரின்சிபல் என்ன, what is the cost, what are the samples அதில் லோட் பண்ணலாம், அதனோட ரீடிங்ஸ் நமக்கு எப்படி கிடைக்கும், how we can correlate நம்மளோட டேட்டாஸ் கூட வந்து ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா ஏதாவது சிஸ்டம் மேனிபுலேட்டட் இருக்கா அதில் அப்படின்றத நம்ம தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டோம்னா, உங்களுடைய இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்டேஷனை கூட நீங்க ஒரு டெக்னிக்கல் நோட்டா யூ கேன் பப்ளிஷ் as in the scientific correspondence. Contributions dealing with the technical advices or advances in instrumentation may also be published as a technical notes. So these are the different types of publication. So there are various other types. One is called the research news articles, opinion article, commentary, book reviews. So these are the different things. You can write a book irukku, and the book படிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் you can write a review on that book. So these are the other types of publication. So first நம்ம இப்போதைக்கு என்ன பார்த்திருக்கோம் அப்படின்னா, ரைட்டிங், சயின்டிபிக் ரைட்டிங் அப்படின்னா இட் இஸ் நாட் ஓன்லி ரைட்டிங் ஃபார் எ ஜேர்னல். ஒரு ஃபுல் லென்த் பேப்பர் எழுதுறது மட்டும் ரைட்டிங் கிடையாது, வேரியஸ் அதர்ஸ் டைப்ஸ் ஆஃப் ரைட்டிங்ஸ் ஆர் தேர் அப்படிங்கிறத நம்ம பார்த்துருக்கோம். ஸோ இதுதான் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஸ்லைடு. த மோஸ்ட் டிஃபிகல்ட் ப்ராசஸ் இஸ் கெட்டிங் ஸ்டார்டட். Often getting started is the most difficult part of a task. It is easier from then onwards. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒரு பேப்பர் எழுதுறது தான் உங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்கும். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நம்ம அதை ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிட்டோம் அப்படின்னா, then it is easy. You will develop an interest or a taste towards that. Then you will keep on writing the paper. It always seems impossible until it is done. ஸோ ஒரு செயல் செய்து முடிக்காத வரைக்கும் நமக்கு அது என்ன தெரியும், அது செய்ய முடியாது அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரியே நமக்கு தோணும். ஸோ the first tip, how to get started. Choose the optimal environment for writing the paper. ஸோ எழுதுவதற்கு ஒரு கரெக்டான ஒரு சூழல் நமக்கு வேணும். Choose the right environment for writing the paper. And second, the title and abstract plays a very important role. Generally you can sell your paper. உங்களோட டைட்டில்ல it should be very catchy. யாருமே ஃபுல் பேப்பரை படிக்க மாட்டாங்க, உங்களோட டைட்டில் பார்த்த உடனே தான் நம்ம அந்த பேப்பரை படிப்பாங்க. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், you go to a cinema, just by seeing a name you will find it's a good film. போனதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் தெரியும் டிக்கெட் காசு வேஸ்ட், உள்ளார படத்துல ஒரு கதையுமே இருக்காது. பட் அதுல எப்படி ஏமாந்து போறோம், just by reading the title of the film. Similarly, even though your paper doesn't contain anything, the title will attract you towards reading the paper. So title and abstract plays an important role. First title படிப்பாங்க, அதுக்கு அப்புறம் they will go through the abstract. So find easy keywords. 5 or 6 keywords கொடுத்திருக்கோம் இல்லையா, so that keyword should be very easy, it should be very catchy. So this is a second tip. And third tip, introduction. What work you are going to write. For example, work on the funnel shape la or work பண்ண போறாரு அப்படினா, you have to, in the introduction, what is the area you are going to work அப்படிங்கறது you have to make it clear. And second, methods. Materials and methods is nothing but provide a cookbook with the steady ingredients. So what are the things you have done in that experiment, how you have did, what is the procedure. So everything you have to give it here. So result, present the findings without interpretation. Whatever you get, you give the result. Don't manipulate or don't add or less the number. So telling a negative thing is also your research. So the Indian scientists, they won't prefer, always they want to show their results in a positive way. அது ரொம்ப தப்பான ஒரு decision. So whether it may be a positive finding or it may be a negative finding. So whatever you get, you have a guts to publish that one. And next, be frank in acknowledging the limitations. So when you discuss, you be frank in acknowledging the limitations. And next, make the tables and figures self-explanatory. Even though if they doesn't go through the entire paper, full on the paper, when they look at the table or a figure, it should have a clear demarcation. What is our finding? So references, always go back to the original source. இது ரொம்ப முக்கியமான நான் சொல்ல நினைச்ச point. The thing is, students when they come for the thesis correction, what they will do, அப்படி ஒரு இயரே இருக்காது, they want a reference, so he will put his own year. ஏதாவது ஒரு author name போட்டு et al 2013 அப்படின்னு அவரே போட்டுருவார். So now there are a lot of softwares are available to find the references, to rearrange the references, to take out the manipulated references. So இப்போ எங்களுடைய PhD thesis எல்லாமே பாத்தீங்கன்னா it goes for foreign valuation. அங்க manual correctionே கிடையாது. They will feed that into the system. What are the references you have manipulated which is not of original source will be thrown out. So அதனால now it is முன்னாடி மாதிரி manual verificationலாம் இப்போ கிடையாது. So easily they will find out if you do any manipulation in the references. So authorship. So this is very, very important thing. How to fix an authorship? Some papers you would have seen 15 authors. So how come a 15% can work on one paper? So then he will say, sir, he is my brother, he is my sister, he is my lab mate, he is my lab attender, he bought coffee for me, so I want to add him as an author. So everybody will be there, 15 authors will be there for one paper. In our faculty, it happened in one department, 5 faculties joined together. For the sake of promotion, what they said, 5 பேர் இருக்கோம்ப்பா, நம்ம 5 பேரும் 5 பேப்பர் பப்ளிஷ் பண்ணுவோம். ஒரு பேப்பர்லயும் 5 பேரோட பேர் இருக்கணும். யார் எழுதுறோமோ அவங்க மட்டும் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆத்தர், அடுத்தவங்க கரஸ்பாண்டிங் ஆத்தர், மீதி 3 பேர் நம்ம போடுவோம். We will form a group and we will publish அப்படின்னு 5 பேர் 5 பேப்பர் எழுதுனாங்க. ஸோ 25 பேப்பர் வரும் ஒருத்தவங்களுக்கு. ஸோ they publish the paper. ஸோ அந்த ஜேர்னல்ல இருந்து எங்களுடைய டீனுக்கு ஒரு லெட்டர் வருது. ஸோ வாட் இஸ் தட்? In what way these 5 faculties are interrelated? What is the contribution for the authorship in this paper? இதுல யாரோட ஒர்க் என்ன? ஸோ இதை கிளியர் பண்ணிட்டு உங்களோட லேப்ல அவங்க ஒர்க் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க இல்லையா, உங்களுடைய லேப் அப்சர்வேஷன் நோட் புக், அதையும் சேர்த்து ஜெராக்ஸ் பண்ணி இந்த டீடைல்ஸ் எல்லாம் HOD என்டார்ஸ் பண்ணி எனக்கு அனுப்புங்க. Then I will publish the paper. So authorship should be given to the correct person. யார் அந்த ஒர்க் பண்றாங்களோ அவங்களுக்கு மட்டும் we have to give the authorship. Next thing is the choice of the journal. There are thousands and thousands of journals are flooded into the website. You go anywhere, உங்களோட மெயில ஓபன் பண்ணாலே they are publishing this journal, 5,000 rupees கொடுங்க, 6,000 கொடுங்க. Like that, lot of advertisements are coming into your mail. So choice of the journal is very important and you should have a target journal. உங்களோட area of research என்ன, அதுக்கு என்ன ஜேர்னல் இருக்கு அப்படிங்கறத பார்த்து we have to publish. So submitting a paper is not an important. You have to write a covering letter, write a convincing covering letter. That is very, very important. நிறைய பேர் லெட்டர் எழுதுவாங்க, பார்த்துருக்கேன். I am sending paper, publish the paper, அவ்வளவுதான் இருக்கும் அதுல. ஸோ யூ ஹவ் டு அந்த லெட்டர் படிக்கும் பொழுதே உங்களோட பேப்பரை பப்ளிஷ் பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிறது அந்த எடிட்டருக்கு தோணணும். இன் சச் எ வே யூ ஹவ் டு ரைட் அ கவரிங் லெட்டர். So responding to reviewers, most of the papers they expect very huge scientific finding like Nobel Prize winners. So we don't have that much facilities in our country or our institution. Whatever we have to publish. If they are sending it, it is not worthy, like that. Some comments may be there. So don't get frustrated out of that comment. Just to throw that away. Main thing, if a reviewer is sending you a comment, you carry out the correction and send the paper to the same journal. நிறைய பேர் ஒரு ஜேர்னல்ல நிறைய கரெக்ஷன் போட்டு வந்த உடனே இது நிறைய கரெக்ஷன் போட்டிருக்காங்கப்பா, நம்ம வேற ஜேர்னலுக்கு அனுப்புவோம் அப்படின்னு they will send the paper to some other journal. ஸோ அங்க இன்னொரு ரிவ்யூவர் வேற ஆங்கிள் பார்ப்பாரு, ஸோ அவரும் திருப்பி கரெக்ஷன் போடுவார். ஸோ தட் இஸ் அ மிஸ்டேக், பிளண்டர் மிஸ்டேக் வாட் வி ஆர் டூயிங். வி ஷுடன்ட் டூ தட். ஸோ யார் நமக்கு ரிவ்யூவர் அனுப்புறாங்களோ அந்த கரெக்ஷனை கேரி அவுட் பண்ணிட்டு we have to send to the same journal again. So even it takes 6 months to 7 months, don't worry, your paper will get published. These are the few tips I want to say. Now I can read your mind voice. Is it right? Am I right? This is your mind voice. Shaba, ipove kanna kattude. So this is your mind voice. No other go. Let us start for 20 more minutes. So what are the general instructions that we need to follow while writing a paper? First, use a standard abbreviations and avoid non-standard abbreviations. Namle or abbreviation kudukuradhu. HARC, HR, MIN for minutes, SEC for seconds, like that. You have to, whatever is standard, you have to follow. We need not give our own abbreviations. So figure, if it is a singular, figures if it is for plural. For genus and species name, et al, in vitro, in situ, these things should be in italics font. These are the general instruction. Only international standard system should be, SI unit should be followed for all measurements. So when you are using the percentage, use the symbol percentage only with the numericals in the table and figures. Leave space between the number and the symbol. For example, 80% abdina, 80 ki pakathale you should not put the percentage. You have to leave a space, then you have to put a percentage. In the text, use the word as percentage. Percentage in a type pannunga. For example, percentage of infection. So when it is in running letter, don't put the symbol. So on the edathila namma enna seyanum, we have to type it as percentage. The sentence should not start with the numbers. For example, 10 gram of soil was added. You shouldn't write like that. It is a wrong format. You have to write it in words. 10 gram of soil was added. So whenever we are starting a sentence, we should not start with the numbers or numericals. How to write a scientific paper? So there are two types of scientific paper, as we discussed. First one is the original research article, and next one is a review article. How to write an original research article? The sequence of research article is like this. It should have a title, it should have an author's address, that is affiliation, abstract, introduction, materials and methods, results and discussion, conclusion. If you have any acknowledgement, you have to acknowledge them, at last a reference. So this is a sequence of research article. Title. Title must be brief, it should be clear, it should be descriptive. Title should be bold and uppercase. Title should include the study theme. No abbreviation is allowed in the title. Some, as I said earlier, there will not be any correlation or relation between the title and the paper what you have written inside. Paper kulla irukkiradhukku and the title ku sambandhame irukadu. So அந்த மாதிரி பேப்பரை ரொம்ப ஈஸியா ரிஜெக்ட் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. So when you are fixing a title, take care that the entire study content should be reflected in the title of the paper. Second, author's address. So the full name, institutional address, email, corresponding author, everything should be there. And one more small tip I will share with you here. If I am a first author, so if there is another author, second author, you may be the first author, but corresponding authorship can also be given to the second author. If a second person is a corresponding author, both of you will share the equal mark. For example, A is a first author, B and C, totally 3 authors are there in the paper. So I am A, I am the first author, I will get the full mark. If B is the corresponding author, B also will get the full mark. So you can use that. You can, when you are writing a paper, you can give a corresponding authorship to the second person. It is the sole responsibility of the corresponding author to ensure that all co-authors are aware and have approved each and every part content of the submitted manuscript. So now there are a lot of issues going on in this. Sir, அது என்னோட பார்ட்டே இல்ல சார், என்னோட நாலேஜ் இல்லாம என்னோட ஆத்தர் வந்து பப்ளிஷ் பண்ணிட்டாரு அப்படின்னு, if any one of your co-author is going for legal issue, then you will have a trouble. So get the consent of all the co-author before publishing the paper. So எல்லா co-authorsக்கும் நீங்க என்ன பண்றீங்க, what is your protocol, what is your data derived, in what way you are statistically analyzing, how you are presenting, அப்படிங்கிறது should be shared with all your co-authors. So this is about the author's address. And next is abstract. Abstract is a short summary of the research work. The abstract must not be more than 250 words. So abstract should be a single paragraph. I have seen in some journals, ரெண்டு paragraph எழுதி அனுப்புவாங்க. When paper, when it is coming for review, I could see that. Abstract should always be a single paragraph. Don't cite references in the abstract. Abstract in the reference we should not cite. There are two categories, as I said, original research article, review article. Both type of papers must have an abstract. ரெண்டுத்துக்குமே நம்ம abstract எழுதணும். A keyword should be a minimum of 4 and a maximum of 7 keywords can be provided. That's all. The keyword should be typed at the end of the abstract. Abstract முடியும் பொழுது அதுக்கு கீழே we can type the keyword. Paper when it is coming for review, I could see that. Abstract should always be a single paragraph. Don't cite references in the abstract. Abstract la endha reference. Hello, I am hearing an echo. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Okay. I could hear my voice again as echo, so I'm having a doubt. Okay, I will proceed. So next we'll move to the introduction part. The introduction part should provide a clear statement of the problem. So author should state the reason for carrying out the research work and background of the study. These things should be covered in the introductory part. So introduction should be understandable to colleagues from the broad range of science discipline and should include up-to-date references. First thing, if I'm from a biological science, I don't know anything in physics. If I'm reading a physics paper, if I'm reading the introduction part of any physics paper, I should be able to grasp in what area they have published a paper. எனக்கு அதனோட complete scientific findings தெரியணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லை. ஆனா அந்த பேப்பர் எதை பத்தி சொல்லுது அப்படிங்கறத நான் புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். ஸோ அந்த அளவுக்கு introduction should be very simple. எல்லாருக்கும் புரியுற மாதிரி மிக எளிமையா இருக்கணும். The aim of the research should be given at the end of the introduction. Why you are doing that research அப்படிங்கிறது அந்த introduction ஓட endல we have to give it. Materials and methods you know very well. Materials and methods should be written in the past tense because you have completed that. And it includes the sufficient technical informations. Only truly novel procedure should be described in the details. Earlier published procedure should be cited. For example, analysis of nitrogen content in the soil. அப்படினு ஒரு procedure இருக்கு அப்படின்னா you are not finding it. Somebody has found earlier and you are using the procedure. So when you are using others procedure, you have to cite them. அவங்களோட methodology நான் யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்கேன் அப்படிங்கறது you have to cite that. These are the things you have to take care in writing the materials and methods. So result and discussion, some journal they will ask for result and discussion separately and some may ask in a combined form. It is depends upon the how that journal format is there. So based on that we have to give. So results and their significance should be presented clearly and concisely, preferably in the form of graph or tables which should be self-explanatory. So அவங்க டைரக்டா ஒருத்தவங்க இப்போ even if you are a scholar you know very well, first நம்ம படிக்கிறது title, next we will read the abstract, directly we will come to the result and discussion. So அந்த ரிசல்ட் அவங்களுக்கு எப்படி வந்திருக்கு அப்படிங்கிறது தான் நம்ம படிப்போம். We never go into the methodology or we never read the introductory part. So ரிசல்ட் எப்படி இருக்குன்னு பார்த்துட்டு then we may go to the experiment methodology போய் எப்படி பண்ணியிருக்காங்கன்னு நம்ம பார்ப்போம். So result should be written in the past tense. I am going to do அப்படின்னு ஃபியூச்சர்ல வராது. ஸோ அதனால நம்ம ஆல்ரெடி செஞ்சு முடிச்ச ரிசல்ட்டை தான் நம்ம பப்ளிஷ் பண்றோம். ஸோ இட் ஷுட் பி இன் தி பாஸ்ட் டென்ஸ். ஸோ டிஸ்கஷன் ஷுட் ரிலேட் தி ரிசல்ட்ஸ் டு தி கரண்ட் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் ஆஃப் தி சயின்டிஃபிக் ப்ராப்ளம் பீங் இன்வெஸ்டிகேட்டட் இன் தி ஃபீல்ட். There should not be any significant repetition of the experimental procedure. முன்னாடி அந்த பேப்பர்ல ஒரே ப்ரொசீஜரை நம்ம even when we write the thesis we used to do that. So this methodology has been explained earlier அப்படின்னு போட்டு அந்த பாயிண்ட் நம்பரை நம்ம போட்டுருவோம். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி பேப்பர் படிக்கும் போது இட் ஷுட் பி சீக்வன்ஷியல். நீங்க முன்னாடி போய் ரெஃபர் பண்ணுங்க அல்லது இந்த எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட்டை பின்னாடி போய் ரெஃபர் பண்ணுங்க, இந்த ப்ரொசீஜர் இங்க இருக்கு அப்படின்னு டோன்ட் ஹேவ் எனி லிங்கேஜ். இங்க இருந்து அங்க போய் பாருங்கன்னு சொல்லி யூ ஷுட் நாட் கிவ் எனி லிங்க் டு தட். So at last we come to the end of the part, that is conclusion. So manuscript should have revealed the brief conclusion and should reflect the importance and future scope. So எனக்கு இப்படி ரிசல்ட் வந்திருக்கு, ஃபியூச்சர் லைன் ஆஃப் ஒர்க் இப்படி போகலாம் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு லைனும் we should have that. The contribution of the work to the scientific community and its economic implications should be emphasized. So this is how you have to write the conclusion. At last, an acknowledgement. If you have any fundings from the central institutes or state institutes, any private companies or government bodies, if you are receiving grant from even from your own institution, whatever may be, you have to acknowledge them in the paper. So there are two types of writing the references. A reference at it is the tail end of the paper. One is the Harvard system, that is author's name followed by year. Second one is called the Vancouver system, where we will be giving only the numbers. In the content உள்ளார நம்பர் தான் இருக்கும். ஸோ அந்த நம்பர் தான் பின்னாடி ரெஃபரன்ஸ்ல நம்ம கோட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். So this is called the Vancouver system of writing the reference. First one is called the Harvard system and second one is the Vancouver system. So different journals requirements are different. So some may ask you to write in the Harvard system, some may ask you to write in the Vancouver system. This can be referred with the instruction to authors. So first thing you have to read is the instruction to authors, how they are asking ஸோ அவங்க எப்படி கேட்டிருக்காங்களோ அதே மாதிரி நம்ம எழுத வேண்டியதான். So this is a textual citation. If it is a single author, you can write like this: name, comma, then year, or name or the year in the bracket. So if it is for two authors, name and name, comma, then followed by the year. So second, more than two authors, paranga, et al, then followed by year in the bracket. If it is for multiple citations, you can write like this. So multiple publication by the same author. ஒரே author இருப்பாங்க, அவங்க நிறைய work different yearsல publish பண்ணிருப்பாங்க. So that can be written like this: name, comma, year. You can quote A, B, C, D, E, F and n number of papers. So then followed by the year. So this is how you can write the textual citations for the multiple publication by the same author. So far we saw about the research paper. Now we'll go into review paper. So review article should preferably be written by the researcher who have in-depth knowledge of topic. So on the topic நம்ம ஒர்க் பண்ணியிருக்கணும், அது குறித்து நமக்கு in-depth knowledge இருந்தால் தான் we can review a paper. அதனோட பேசிக்ஸே எனக்கு தெரியாது சார் அப்படின்னா you cannot review a paper. You should have some basic knowledge, in-depth knowledge in the core area. Core subjectல நமக்கு in-depth knowledge இருந்தால் தான் நம்மளால review paper எழுத முடியும். Review article should contain a comprehensive coverage of relevant literatures. So next, the review article need not to be divided into sections. We don't want any sections like materials and method, result, discussion, but should definitely have an abstract, introduction, conclusion, and reference. As I said, review papers will be used by the scholars who are working in that area or the scientists who are working in that area. So don't have the age-old references there. Last 5 years to 6 years papers mattum nama quote pannirundha, it will be good. So next, how to publish the scientific papers, how to select journals. First, you can publish in the national journal, you can publish in the international journal, you can publish in the conference proceedings with ISBN. So my advice to you is don't go for the national journals. National journals for the same effort that you are going to put for the international journal. But national journals score kammi, international journals will have more score. So avlo effort eduthu, why you need to publish in a national journal? So putting that much of effort, you can directly go to international journals. So better avoid national journals. This is from selfish point of view, I'm saying this. So what are the types? It can be an open access journal. It can be an UGC CARE indexed journal. It can be a Scopus indexed journal. It can be a Web of Science journal, Thomson Reuters journal. These are the different categorization of journal where we can publish. And when you are submitting a full-length research paper for the conference proceeding, you check whether it is having an ISBN. Any paper in a conference proceeding without ISBN is just waste of your knowledge. It will not be counted anywhere. For promotion, for anything, they will not count the paper which is published without the ISBN. So selection of international journal for publication. Sir, எப்படிலாம் நிறைய journals websiteல இருக்கு, நான் என்ன பேசிஸ்ல நான் செலக்ட் பண்ணலாம்? First, see whether the journal has an ISSN number. Second, whether it is a peer-reviewed journal. Check for the impact factor and check whether it is available in the Google Scholar and the digital object image, that is DOI number. Every paper should have a DOI image. You check for that and see whether it is indexed in various indexing agencies. There are a lot of indexing agencies are there. You kindly check for that, whether it is indexed in those agencies. So impact factor, there are various formulas to calculate the impact factor. This is one such formula. I don't say this is the only formula. So citations to recent items divided by number of recent items. This is the formula what they are using to calculate the impact factor. It is a measure of the frequency with which the average article in a journal has been cited in a particular year. So this is the formula. There are many other formulas. This is one formula that is done. So see this journal, International Journal of Commerce and Management Research. They are acclaiming that their impact factor is 5.22. So definitely this impact factor will not be 5.22. They will say, I have worked out through this method. You can, in that slide, you can see impact factor RJIF. It is 5.22. Even Nature is having only 38. Cell is having only 31. Science is having only 31 impact factor of the journal. How could this journal could have an impact factor of 5.22? It is a fake. So kindly don't believe in these false impact factor numbers. So see this impact factor is 7.97. பக்கத்துல ஒரு photo போட்டிருக்கேன், நல்லா பாருங்க. So in the White House என்னோட photo வந்து அமெரிக்கன் பிரசிடென்ட் ஓபன் பண்ணியிருக்காரு அப்படின்னு நான் சொல்றது எவ்வளவு பொய்யோ அந்த அளவுக்கு பொய் இதனோட இம்பாக்ட் ஃபேக்டர் 7.97 அப்படின்னு சொல்றது. ஒபாமா என்னோட போட்டோவை வெள்ளை மாளிகையில திறந்து வச்சாரு அப்படின்னு நான் சொன்னா நம்புவீங்களா? அது எந்த அளவுக்கு பொய், அந்த அளவுக்கு பொய். இதனோட இம்பாக்ட் ஃபேக்டர் 7.97. Definitely this does not have this much of impact factor. Sir, then how to believe? There are many number of journals are coming into the website. They are sending me mail. How could I check the impact factor of the journal? Check your impact factor of journal here. It is SJR, Scientific Journal Rankings by Simago Journal and Country Ranking. You can type the title of the journal, or you know the ISSN number or the publisher name. This is the standard thing where you can check your impact factor of the journal. So kindly check in this website, SJR, Scientific Journal Rankings. So this is the standard followed by UGC. So kindly check here, or you can also check here, that is the Web of Science group. They are having a platform to check your impact factor of the journal. You can check, you can type the name of the journal or ISSN or the title of the word that is present in the journal. So using that you can, there is a master journal list. So in this master journal database, you can search for your journal, whether நீங்க பப்ளிஷ் பண்ண போற ஜர்னலுக்கு இம்பாக்ட் ஃபேக்டர் கரெக்டா என்ன அப்படிங்கறத you can have a check over here. And this is another platform, that is the National Academy of Agricultural Sciences. We call it as NAS rating, NAAS, NAS rating. So they are also giving impact factor. It is a government agencies. What I'm saying so far is a government agency. So NAS la ninga check panninga, it is a standard. Even when you are preparing a resume, you can within bracket you can give it as NAS rating la ungaloda impact factor enna appdin sollalam. So every year they are releasing the ranking in the PDF. So you can have that PDF. And you can check your impact factor of journals here. Don't believe on any false methodology of assessing the impact factor for journals. Okay. Next. So I know you all know this director. Can you say what is the name of this director? Can anyone?
Atlee.
Atlee, very good. I know you know the topic உங்களுக்கு இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கா இருக்கும். So ரெண்டு ஸ்காலர் பேசிக்கிறாங்க லேப்ல. என்னடா அட்லியா அப்படின்னு. I am not a 2K kid, so I don't understand what it is. Then I asked what is mean by Atlee. Then he said Atlee na ஒண்ணும் இல்ல சார், வேற ஒரு பேப்பர்ல இருந்து அப்படியே காப்பி பண்ணி பேஸ்ட் பண்ணிக்கிறது சார். So that is called Atlee. அவர் அப்படிதான் படம் எடுப்பாராமே. He will have the replica of the older films and it will be released in the new name. So அதனால அதுக்கு the scholars have named as Atlee. காப்பி பேஸ்ட்க்கு இன்னொரு பேரு Atlee. So சார் இதுல என்ன பேப்பர் போட சொல்றீங்க, அதுல எப்படி போட்டா என்ன? I hope you would have heard about this word called plagiarism. Our mind will say don't do it, it's plagiarism, it is stealing. அடுத்தவங்களுடைய ஒர்க் அது ஒரு அறிவு திருட்டு, it is a knowledge theft. அடுத்தவங்களோட அறிவை திருட கூடாது அப்படின்னு our mind will say. Then another superpower will come, go ahead and use it, no one will know. யாரும் கண்டுபிடிக்க மாட்டாங்க, தைரியமா காப்பி அடி அப்படின்னு ஒரு மைண்ட் செட் சொல்லும். So plagiarism. So this is recently this word is gaining importance. So there are various types of plagiarism: text plagiarism, image plagiarism, video plagiarism, and audio plagiarism. ஒருத்தவங்களுடைய டெக்ஸ்ட் அப்படியே காப்பி பண்றது, ஒருத்தவங்க எடுத்த போட்டோகிராஃப்ஸ் ஆர் அவங்களுடைய ரிசர்ச் உடைய கிராஃபை காப்பி பண்றது, அவங்களோட வீடியோ காப்பி பண்றது, அவங்களோட ஆடியோ காப்பி பண்றது, all these things comes under plagiarism. It is a knowledge theft. So what are the consequences? Sir, the copy panna edha prachana varuma. First, plagiarism to academic fraud. Pondicherry VC term was made to controversies. A vice chancellor was removed from service. So she did this long back. Avanga assistant professor irukkrappa senjadhu. At last she became the vice chancellor of an university, that to a central university. She was removed from service for doing this work called plagiarism. Avangaloda work vera orthungaloda work avangaloda work na avanga claim pannadukkaga she was removed from the post of vice chancellor. Bark scientist copied own work for journal articles. ஒரே ஒர்க் அவரோட ஒர்க்கே தான் டிஃபரண்ட் ஜேர்னல்ஸ்க்கு விதவிதமா அனுப்புறார். So he was get caught for this problem. Pondicherry VC has a problem. CV has a suspect book too that can't be traced. அவர் அப்படி ஒரு புக்கே இல்ல, அந்த ஒரு புக் அவரோட சிவில கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. So she had a problem with this. These are the consequences what we may face if you do a plagiarism. So never have an idea of doing a plagiarism. அடுத்தது, some will be very intelligent. Sir, என்னது பப்ளிஷ் ஆயிடுச்சு, எனக்கு பிரச்சனை இல்லை, I have published my paper, so nothing will happen. Don't have a mindset like that. your paper may be retracted at any stage. Even after publication, it may be retracted. இங்க பாருங்க எல்சிவியர்ல biosensors and bioelectronicsல ஒரு பேப்பர் வந்திருக்கு. So author has written that paper. So that paper has been retracted. It was published in the year 2015. 2020ல அந்த பேப்பரை retract பண்றாங்க. You have very clear in your mind, it is a black mark for an academician or a researcher. Once your paper is retracted in the sense, don't think they will remove from the website. Websiteல உங்களோட பேப்பர் அப்படியே தான் இருக்கும். But they will mark it as in red bold letter as retracted. So இந்த மாதிரி வந்துரும். So it is a black mark for an academician or a researcher to be get retracted. We will be blacklisted. So எந்த ஜேர்னலுக்கு நம்ம பேப்பர் அனுப்புனாலும் first his paper has been retracted in so and so journal அப்படிங்கிறது அவங்களுக்கு தெரியும். So UGC now taking lot of steps and they are also creating penalty for the plagiarism. So what are the things? If a student is doing up to 10% plagiarism, no penalty, nothing will be done. If it is between 10 to 40%, you'll be given a 6-month time to revise the script and you can submit. If it is between the 40 to 60%, you cannot submit a revised script for 1 year. If it is over 60%, your PhD will be cancelled. Then you have to re-register the PhD. Your PhD will be cancelled. This is for thesis. Plagiarism by the faculty. So what happens? Student தான சார் பண்றாங்க, நமக்கு என்ன, நமக்கு ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லையே அப்படின்னா, up to 10% no penalty. 10 to 40% has to withdraw the manuscript. You have to withdraw by your own self. ஏன்னா வேண்டாம், அந்த பேப்பர் பப்ளிஷ் பண்ணாதீங்க. You have to get it back. If it is between the 40 to 60%, no supervision power for 2 years. If it is over 60%, no supervision power for 3 years. So these are the consequences if you go for plagiarism. So now what happens, sir? Already we have joined. Will there be any problem for us? So checking for originality is under progress in the programs of engineering, technology, management, computer science, pharmacy, and architecture. What they are doing, the institutions are taking action to check the papers submitted by the faculties and the staff. Staffs, faculties, researchers, அவங்க எல்லாம் submit பண்ண பேப்பரை now a committee is revising. AICT has sent a circular to all the institutions to check whether the papers submitted by the staff and students are original. So how can we check the quality of the paper, whether it is plagiarized or not? Turnitin is a software which will help us. So every institution, academic institution, should have this software before submitting an MPhil thesis or a PhD thesis, or if you are submitting a paper to the journal, you have to undergo the process. That is, you have to prepare a report using this Turnitin plagiarism software. It will give you the report. That report has to be enclosed while submitting the thesis. So if this report is not submitted, nowadays the theses are not accepted by the universities. So there are many other software. So this is the standard software followed throughout the world. So even if it is an international journals, if you are sending a report from this software, they are accepting. If you are many online platforms are available. So in online platforms, you cannot completely have a change. Or entire paper நீங்க பண்ண முடியாது. Only very few papers can be done. Very few paragraph நம்ம அதுல பண்ற மாதிரி இருக்கும். So Turnitinல complete the entire paper can be done. So this report has to be attached to the research paper or to the journal. So you have to decide now whether you should be creative or should be plagiarized. So this is a process of paper publication. First you complete your research, prepare the manuscript, submit the manuscript, then your manuscript get reviewed, then the decision comes whether you have to revise or submit. If it is accepted, it will be published. If some decision will come, your paper is rejected, then you have to, from the decision, you have to go to the first step, that is the preparing the manuscript. The research alone you have completed, then you have to follow this sequence. How to take or publish the paper to worldwide? First, you can have an account on the ResearchGate. So I hope some of the faculty members may be having that. So this is a social media platform, as we have a Facebook. So this is a platform where you can share your papers, you can find your collaborators, you can have a clarification with the researcher in the same platform or the same area. So this is ResearchGate. So this is academia, and next one is a Publon. So kindly spare some attention here. So this is one platform. What I'm going to say now, it is Publon. It is under the control of Web of Science. you can have your own account. You can create your own account by creating a username and password. So you can submit your paper here. You can check for the impact factor of the papers. You should have an account on the Publon. If you have an account on the Publon, Web of Science will give you a researcher ID. As we have an Aadhaar number, so identification number, in the field of research, so Web of Science researcher ID will be assigned to you. W60232019 is my Web of Science researcher ID. So you will be allotted with a separate page in the Publon. So this is your dashboard. Whatever paper you publish, whatever may be your citation, everything will be uploaded here. So this is the next one, RSID. You should also have an account on this RSID. First one, what I said is a Publon, and second one is the RSID. Have an account on the RSID. So RSID will also give you an ID. So this is an RSID ID. So next, have an account on the Scopus. Scopus will give you an ID. So why I'm asking you to have an account on Publon or RSID or this earlier one Scopus? Because recently I attended an interview for a very higher post in Government of India. They didn't ask me anything. The three things what they asked me is these three things. First one, give your Publon Web of Science ID. I gave this number. Give your RSID ID. I gave this number. Then they asked me for the Scopus account ID. I gave the number. That's all. So with this entire profile, they will find out. By sitting in their room, they will find what is your academic achievements. Everything they will find by sitting in their seat. So kindly scholars, you have an account on all these three things. Just start an account on all these three things. Starting an account on this Scopus will have multiple benefits to you. It will guide you in finding the journal. So I'm writing so and so paper here. How can I find the journal? It will guide you. So scholars, definitely you have account on this Scopus, and it is also having some pages. They will have a classroom like atmosphere where they will teach you how to write a paper. If you have any problem, their grammar freely grammar correcting facilities are also available in this platform. So UGC has divided its work, and it is given to two different institutes. One is Banaras Hindu University. All the research activities carried out by UGC will be taken care of by Banaras Hindu University. So under the project called STRIDE. The publication has been given to Savitribai Phule, Pune University. So don't have an opinion. I should publish only in Nature, Springer, Elsevier, Scopus, CRC Press, Taylor and Francis, like that. You publish in this thing that is called a UGC CARE listed journal. So when you have an academic calibration developed, you can think of those things. At this stage, first you start your beginning with this publishing a paper in the CARE listed journal. For this, this is the website. You just log in. There are two different types of journal group are there, Group 1 and Group 2. Group 1 is the list of journal which are found qualified under the UGC CARE protocols. List 2 is nothing but the globally recognized database, that is whatever comes in Publon or Web of Science or Elsevier, all these things comes in Group 2. Our aim or target is publishing a paper in UGC CARE list Group 1. So what to do? So if you open that, you have to type search. Web of Science is Group 2, and one is the journal found qualified under the UGC CARE protocol. You click the search here. Then this column menu will be coming here. Title, ISSN, publisher, subject, language of publication, everything. So you can search either by the title or by number or by publisher or by the subject or by the language of publication. You type anything, then it comes. For example, I have typed as Indian Journal of Microbiology. There is no such journal is found here. It is showing that no such journal is found in the database. So next, coming to the UGC CARE listed journal. So 36,000 journals has been removed from the UGC CARE. 36,000 journals has been removed from the UGC CARE. Now there are only 305 journals in science, 267 in social science, and 319 in arts and humanities. In multidisciplinary, we have 38, and Indian languages, we have 220. So they have refined everything, and this is the final list that is available in the UGC CARE list. So how to do? So SARC Journal of Agriculture, I have found that it is showing the ISSN number. Next, at the last column is action. I am viewing that. So this is the journal details. I can go through this. Then I can select, oh, this is the good journal. I can publish my paper in this UGC CARE listed journal. So this is how first select a journal, whether it is a UGC CARE listed. By paying money of 2,000 or 3,000, publishing in any dubious journal does not solve your purpose. It is not at all counted for your promotion, for your employment, for your submission of PhD or MPhil, nothing. So kindly bear in mind, you publish your paper only in the UGC CARE listed journal. So next thing is about a cloned journal. So what is a cloned journal? Can you say something about the photographs which is at the top? Can anyone? What is that? Hello?
Replica, sir.
Replica.
Clone.
They look similar, but one is good, one is bad. Similarly, cloned journals are nothing but the same name, same ISS number, everything will be there. But it is a fake website. They will ask you to pay 2,000 rupees or 3,000 rupees for publishing a journal. So for that, what you have to do, in this UGC website itself, they have given a separate column called cloned journals. You can click and you can find what are the cloned journals available there. Okay. Your management has asked me to give a roadmap for achieving your target. So this is a very simple technique. I'm saying how to publish a paper. Take department X. For example, it may be computer science. Number of staffs in the department is 5. Number of students is 20. So what we can do, and 20 students can be allotted to 5 staffs, each 4. Total comes to 20. First year, they don't know anything, so leave them. Second year, entire 4 students under the guidance of one teacher, they can publish one paper. They can take the entire year to publish one paper. In the final year, the entire year they can spend and they can publish one paper. So if that happens, when the student is going out for a PG admission, she will be having 2 papers in her hand. Similarly, that faculty, if she works for 5 years, you count the number of paper, 10 papers she will be having in the hand. The faculty will be having 10 paper. You see the count of the department. In a year, ஒரு செட் உள்ளார வந்துட்டு வெளியே போகும்போது department gets 10 paper, 10 research paper கிடைக்குது. It will be very much useful if you follow this methodology. This is what we are following in our department. We allot students to every staff and we have a review meeting every once in 6 months. Don't worry, you need to do wonderful research. Take a very small concept, you do a very small experiment and just you publish. So if you follow this roadmap, definitely you can achieve your target. Your ranking publication will go very high.
Okay.
How to check our citation index? You can check in the Google Scholar citation. So if you started publishing your paper, you can have an account in the Google Scholar citation. My Google Scholar citation is 306. When I show this, my friends used to say, okay, very good. You have a very good Google Scholar citation. When I show the next slide, they started slapping on me. It is 13,755. It is the Google Scholar citation of our Vice Chancellor. See his limit, 13,755. So this is actually the real wealth of a researcher. If you have a 5 houses or crore balance in your bank account, that doesn't matter. For a researcher, what is your Google Scholar citation index? What is your H index? What is your I-10 index? This speaks. If this candidate, what I'm showing, if he says my Google Scholar is 13,755, can you speak anything to him? That shows everything. Just one line, that shows everything. So this is how we need to increase our Google Scholar citation. So next, this is about publishing a book. If PG student, now PhD students are there, they can convert their MPhil or PG thesis into a book. That we call it as a monograph book. So textbooks and edited books are the other forms of book. Those I don't want to share with you. This is my PG work, what I have converted into a monograph publication. So if you are publishing a book, that book should have an ISBN number. This is a book chapter. So there will be, this is published by CRC Press Taylor and Francis Group. So a lot of authors will be writing in that. I am writing a one paper, then that is called as a book chapter. Now book chapters are there from, for example, data science for COVID-19, there is a call for, and handbook of data science approaches for biomedical engineering, like that. Elsevier, Springer, every publisher, and they are calling for book chapters. If you go through their website, you can find everything is free of cost. Only thing we have to write to their standard. If you are writing and you can very easily publish a book chapter is easy when compared to writing a paper. So what is the problem in doing a science in India? It is an employment rather than an urge. So for us, we need to do a research, we go for a job. It is a routine activity and we lack innovation. A student will come and he will do a research and he will submit. So it is a routine activity and bureaucracy kills enthusiasm. We have a lot of idea, but that don't get materialized here. So lack of knowledge sharing facilities among the colleagues. If two departments are there, we are not collaborating. So that's a problem here. And lack of reliability and confidence in our own result. We don't believe our results. And the scarcity of good leaders in science. We don't have a role model to emulate or follow. So this leads to the mediocre research in India. So this gentleman is John Gruden. He won the Nobel Prize in the year 2012. This is his rank card. His work has been far from satisfactory. Several times he has been in trouble because he will not listen, but will insist on doing work in his own way. I believe he has ideas about becoming a scientist. On his present showing, this is quite ridiculous. It would be sheer waste of time, both on his part and of those who have to teach him. இதான் அவரோட ரேங்க் கார்டில் எழுதியிருந்தது. It was in 1949. In 2012, he won the Nobel Prize. So don't worry about the past, your OGPA, CGPA, your mark, nothing. If you have an interest to do a research, you can do a research. So I will show you a very small example. This is called integrated farming system approach, what we follow in Anamla University. So usually rice field will have rice. So here what we do, we have a small trench where we grow fishes, and in the top of the cage we rear poultry birds. So the droppings of the poultry birds are rich in nitrogen, you know very well, that get mixed up in this water. This water will be moving throughout the rice field so that the rice field gets the nitrogenous fertilizer. So these innovative techniques made us to have a contact with the IRRI, International Rice Research Institute. So International Rice Research Institute inks a MOU with Anamla University. They are ready to contribute to 109 rice stress-tolerant rice varieties to Anamla University. And this is the MOU signed between Anamla University and the IRRI. So integrated farming system to boost revenue. So when the SARC team, SARC Agriculture Center, they also wanted to have a collaboration with us. So the variety developed by us helps the flood-tolerant conditions to overcome the flood in the Kerala. And now this technology has been transferred to Nepal. So this system was developed by Dr. R.M. Kadiresan from Anamla University, and our team has been working on that. And this fetches a lot of awards and recognition to us. So now you go to the first slide, what I said about myself. Poor handwriting, not a teacher's pet, and all those things I have been saying. These things happened because of the only spark, my chairman, Dr. D. Stella Madam. So like that, there will be a spark in your life. So almost 100 students are attending this program. If only one student gets a spark out of it, so that is the success of this program. So nobody can go back to start a new beginning, but anybody can start today to make a new ending. So this is the word I want to conclude. So I'm available 24/7. You can contact me by mail and also by mobile. You can get it from your coordinators. If you have any clarification regarding publication, or you want any help regarding doing a research, or you need any help at Anamla University, especially biological science, I'm not aware of other departments. You need any help in biological science, I will be thankful to you to be helping in your research caliber. So that's all from my end. Over to Dr. Gomati.
Oh my goodness, it was a mind-blowing presentation. Thank you so much, sir. I believe that I have done justice during my introduction of the resource person. So I also invite Lavanya to join me. Lavanya?
Yes, Gomati, I'm here. Yes, Gomati. Sir, it was a wonderful session, sir. Thank you. A to Z of presentation. I mean, a publication, everything cover panitinga, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, girls, participants, now the session is open for your queries. If you got anything to clarify or to ask, you can ask now or post your questions in the chat box.
Girls,
sir,
you can unmute your phone and you can ask.
Sir, I've got a question, sir.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Sir, I'm from English department from the humanities side, sir. இப்போ நம்ம ஒரு
Yes, madam.
clone journalல வந்து நம்மளோட பேப்பர் நம்ம பப்ளிஷ் பண்ணிட்டோம் சார், without knowing that it was a
Okay.
clone journal. பட் நம்மளுக்கு
Okay,
clone
okay.
journalனு தெரிஞ்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் can we revoke the paper, sir? அது வந்து withdrawal பண்ண முடியுமா? அது என்ன procedure, sir? Can we retract the paper?
Madam, your question is a very good question. இதுக்கு வந்து situation has to answer. For example, cloned journals பண்றவங்க எல்லாரும் என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, they will have a fake ID, ஒரு ஃபேக்கா ஒரு வெப்சைட் ஓபன் பண்ணுவாங்க. That website will long last for only few weeks, in some cases few months. அவங்க 1000 rupees கலெக்ட் பண்றாங்க ஒரு ஆர்டிகலுக்கு அப்படின்னா they will have அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு லிமிடேஷன் வச்சிருப்பாங்க. when they are reaching that target அல்லது ஒரிஜினலா அந்த ஜர்னல் வச்சிருக்கவங்களுடைய காதுக்கு அந்த செய்தி போற வரைக்கும் தான் அவங்களால அந்த வெப்சைட்ல இருக்க முடியும். சோ அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து they will quit that, அந்த வெப்சைட்டே இருக்காது. நீங்க போய் பாத்தீங்கன்னா அப்படி ஒரு வெப்சைட்டே இருக்காது. நீங்க யார்கிட்ட போய் கேப்பீங்க? if you want to retract your உங்க பேப்பரை நீங்க திருப்பி வாங்கணும் அப்படின்னா you want to get back your paper, whom to ask? அப்படி ஒரு ஆளே இருக்க மாட்டாங்க. so that is one condition. in some cases என்ன நடக்கும் அப்படின்னா ஒரு ஜர்னலை நம்ம போட்டுட்டோம், then we find நம்ம பேப்பர்ல ஏதோ ஃபால்ட் இருக்கு அப்படின்னா you can take back the paper. அது நம்ம வந்து ஸ்டாண்டர்ட் ஜர்னல்ல பண்ண முடியும். you can write to them, you can mail to them, எனக்கு இது மாதிரி டெக்னிக்கல் feasibility இல்ல, இதுல தப்பு இருக்கு, இல்ல அது டேட்டா கால்குலேஷன் மேனிபுலேட் பண்ணிட்டேன், எனிதிங் மேபி அந்த பேப்பர் அவங்க எடுப்பாங்க. பட் இட் இஸ் இன் கேஸ் ஆஃப் cloned journal நம்ம அந்த வெப்சைட்டே இருக்காது. they will make money and they will move off. So we don't have an end to நம்மளுடைய query-க்கு அங்க ஒரு எண்டே இருக்காது.
Yes, sir.
So that's the condition in cloned journals. இதெல்லாம் what I'm sharing with you, it's my own experience. I have நான் ஒரு தடவை அப்படி மாட்டிருக்கேன் ஒரு cloned journalல.
Yes, sir.
I have sent a paper, நல்ல ஜர்னலோடைய அப்படியே சேம் வெப்சைட் அப்படியே இருக்கும், அதே டிசைன்ல இருக்கும், everything will be same. How you can say that it is a cloned journal?
Yes, sir.
நானே அதுக்கு ஒன்ஸ் நான் அது மாதிரி ஒரு பேப்பர் போட்டு தென் அதே மாதிரி ஒரு சுச்சுவேஷன்ல நான் இருக்கேன். ஐ டோன்ட் நோ ஹவ் டு ரிமூவ் தட் பேப்பர். பட் அதுல இருக்கு அந்த என்கிட்ட சாஃப்ட் காப்பி ஹார்ட் காப்பி இருக்கு, பட் அந்த ஆன்லைன்ல அது இருக்கவே இருக்காது.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So when you go for promotions, அவங்க ஆன்லைன்ல தான் செக் பண்ணுவாங்க. பார்க்கும்பொழுது you submitted a paper பட் அது ஆன்லைன்ல இல்ல அப்படின்னு. அப்ப நம்ம என்ன செய்யணும்னா அந்த we should not expose that paper to any, எந்த இடத்துலயும் நாக்குக்கோ ஐக்யூஏசிக்கோ நம்ம அந்த பேப்பரை வந்து காமிக்கவே முடியாது.
Yes, sir.
காமிக்க கூடாது. நம்மளோட to be on the safer part, we shouldn't project that paper.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, like it's more of comments from our side rather than queries. Like if I would like to read appadina, nice presentation in my life, sir. Thank you for this wonderful webinar, sir. Nice talks, so inspiring and useful. Very useful and more inspiring, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. The session is very clear. Idella vandu like it's been updating in our chat section. Student side la irundhu varuding, sir.
இது வந்து Zoomல இருந்து வரது சார். YouTubeல we have loads of such comments, sir. No, YouTubeலயே வந்துகிட்டே இருக்கு சார். It was really a wonderful presentation, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. I thank everyone for giving me a wonderful opportunity to share my experience. இது நான் presentation சொல்ல மாட்டேன், just I'm sharing what happened in my life, அவ்வளவுதான்.
Yes, sir. That's the most thing, sir. That is what such things are hard to witness, as I say. அதனால sir, like இப்போ as of now எங்க ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு வந்து எந்த queriesum வரல அப்படினா we'll Lavanya, can we
we'll go to the next
minute.
Okay.
Just a minute. I have sir, it was a wonderful.
Sorry, நீங்க இருக்குறது தெரியாது. Please go ahead.
It was really a wonderful time with you, sir. Right, yes, from your the way you put forth all the things, really very, very optimistic. It would have energized even a very demotivated student. Really, it was really a good thing for all of us. And sir, I have one doubt, sir. That recently, actually the last month I communicated with the journal which was there in UGC CAR.
Okay.
And till the last 3 days before, I found that they were in the UGC CAR journal. I found that the same announcement in their website also, and I downloaded the PDF like how you said, the small proof.
Okay.
But
Okay, madam.
immediately the next day, I'm seeing that it is not there in the UGC CAT.
Yeah.
Now that I thought of completing the synopsis of my ward, and I had submitted to that journal. Okay, let me submit the synopsis. Next day, I find that journal is not there in the UGC CAT.
Okay.
So how are we to, shouldn't we get some alert regarding the removal or addition of these? இது வந்து நீங்க எப்படி approach பண்ணுவீங்க sir? How are we to face such situations?
Yeah. Madam, as I said, 36,000 journals இருந்தது. It is a crore and crore business in the academic market. அதாவது giving an award or இந்த மாதிரி பேப்பர் பப்ளிஷ் பண்றது அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து it is a crore business. அவங்க பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இருக்காங்க. Many just what they need is a one laptop with internet connectivity இருந்தா போதும். They can fetch money அப்படிங்கிறது தான் இருக்கு. ஸோ யூஜிசி வேரியஸ் ஸ்டெப்ஸ் எடுத்துக்கிட்டே இருக்காங்க. இந்த ஸ்ட்ரீம்லைன் பண்ணணும், குவாலிட்டி எஜுகேஷன் கொண்டு வரணும், குவாலிட்டி ரிசர்ச் பண்ணணும்னு. ஸோ ஒவ்வொரு தடவையும் அந்த பேப்பர்ஸ் வந்து குறைச்சிக்கிட்டே வராங்க. எந்தெந்த பேப்பர்ஸ் குறைச்சிருக்காங்க அப்படிங்கிற லிஸ்ட் பாத்தீங்கன்னா நான் காமிச்ச வெப்சைட்லயே இருக்கு. ஸோ தீஸ் ஆர் தி ஜேர்னல்ஸ் ரிமூவ்ட் அப்படின்னு இருக்கு. ஸோ 2 ஆப்ஷன் உங்களோட ப்ராப்ளத்துக்கு நான் சொல்லலாம். ஒன்னு, நீங்க அந்த ஜேர்னலோட டீடைல்ஸ் பேஜுக்கு போயிட்டு ஒரு பிரிண்ட் அவுட் எடுத்து வச்சிருக்கீங்க இல்லையா, அந்த பிரிண்ட் அவுட் பேஜ் அலாங் வித் அந்த லிஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஜேர்னல்ஸ் ரிமூவ்டுன்னு ஒரு பிடிஎஃப் இருக்கு பாருங்க, அந்த பேஜ் ரெண்டுத்தையும் பிரிண்ட் அவுட் எடுத்து இந்த பேப்பர் கூட நீங்க வச்சுக்கலாம். ஸோ வென் ஐ பப்ளிஷ்ட் இட் வாஸ் இன் யூஜிசி கேர், இப்போ அது இல்ல அப்படிங்கறத நம்ம சொல்லலாம். ஏன்னா யூஜிசி அதை சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. யூஜிசி ஒரு சர்க்குலர் இருக்கு, யூஜிசி வெப்சைட்ல போனீங்கன்னா சர்க்குலர்ல பாத்துட்டே வந்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு சர்க்குலர் இருக்கு. என்ன அப்படின்னா, முன்னாடி யூஜிசி கேர்ல இருந்து இப்ப கேர்ல இல்ல அப்படின்னாலும் அந்த பேப்பரை கன்சிடர் பண்ணலாம். டிபெண்ட்ஸ் அப்பான் தி குவாலிட்டி ஆஃப் த ஒர்க் வாட் யூ பப்ளிஷ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஒரு சர்க்குலர் இருக்கு, ஒரு கம்யூனிகேஷன் இருக்கு டு ஆல் தி வைஸ் சான்சலர்ஸ் அண்ட் பிரின்சிபல்ஸ் ஆஃப் இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன்ஸ்க்கு யூஜிசில இருந்து வந்திருக்கு. ஸோ யூ கேன் ஹேவ் தட் காப்பி ஆல்சோ அலாங் வித் தட் பேப்பர். ஏன்னா நாளைக்கு அந்த பேப்பர் இல்லாம போகும்னு இன்னைக்கு எப்படி எனக்கு தெரியும்? when I am publishing now, that is a quality journal. I have undergone all the process what the அந்த ஜேர்னல் என்ன சொல்றாங்களோ அது எல்லாத்தையும் நான் ஃபாலோ பண்றேன். பட் நாளைக்கு அந்த ஜேர்னல் இல்லாம போகுங்கிறத நம்ம ப்ரெடிக்ட் பண்ண முடியாதுல்ல. தட் இஸ் நாட் ஃபால்ட் ஆன் அவர் பார்ட். ஸோ ஆனால் we can have all these enclosures. ஏன்னா நமக்கு அந்த கொஸ்டினே வராது. when I published it was in UGC.
Sir, I wish that they give some alert regarding the revision of the care list, sir. இல்லனா நமக்கு வந்து ஒண்ணு நம்ம வந்து பார்க்கிறதுக்கு மிஸ் பண்ணிருந்தோம். ஆல்ரெடி முன்னாடி நம்ம இந்த வர்க் பண்ணும்போது இதுல சப்மிட் பண்ணலாம்னு நினைச்சிருப்போம்ல சார். அது if it is getting
my suggestion to all of you is kindly don't refer the journal website. Refer the websites what I have said. நான் சொல்லிருக்கிற வெப்சைட்ல போய் செக் பண்ணுங்க. ஜர்னல் வெப்சைட்ல சொல்லாதீங்க. they will give all fake informations in that website. அவங்களோட இம்பாக்ட் ஃபேக்டர் அவங்க எங்கவோ இருக்கும், 10 12 எல்லாம் இருக்கு. I don't know how it comes.
correct sir.
அதனால அந்த வெப்சைட்ல வந்து யூஜிசி கேர்ல இருக்குன்னு போட்டிருப்பாங்க, ஆனா நீங்க யூஜிசி கேர்ல போய் பாத்தீங்கன்னா இருக்காது.
correct.
So அதனால don't believe in the journals website.
yes sir, yes.
You refer with the websites what I have said. யூஜிசி கேர் அப்படின்னா டைரக்டா நீங்க அதுல எல்லா டீடைல்ஸ் கொடுக்குறாங்க. என்ன எத்தனை லிஸ்ட் அவங்க ரிமூவ் பண்றாங்களோ everything has been uploaded there in the form of PDF. You can download and you can have it.
Yes.
Okay madam, thank you madam.
color call kunje.
Yes, Gomati. Hello Gomati
ma'am, சொல்லுங்க ma'am.
முடிஞ்சது என்னோட.
Oh sorry, we didn't notice. நீங்க unmute பண்ணும்போது தான் தெரிஞ்சது ma'am.
No problem.
நான் class meeting da.
Oh girls please unmute.
Girls, please mute yourselves, ma'am.
ஏதாவது கேட்கணுமா ma'am? ma'am, Akila ma'am.
Gomati
ma'am, இப்போ if there are no more questions number
yeah we can.
மேம் அப்போ ரெண்டு விஷயம் மேம். ஒன்னு வந்து கவிதா மேம் சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தாங்க, லைக் நம்ம சாரை வந்து we'll pin it to screen and we need to take a photograph. அதுக்கப்புறம் சார் கூட ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் நம்ம ஸ்கிரீன் ஆன் பண்ணி we'll சார் please don't take us wrong for the purpose of documentation.
yes madam.
கவிதா மேம் இருக்கீங்களா? Ma'am, Kavita ma'am?
Yes, she is there, but
Yeah.
அவங்க பேசுறது
Lavanya,
கேட்கல.
why don't you?
நான் பாத்துக்கிறேன். Okay, fine. I'll carry on with that.
Sir, உங்களோட presentation நீங்க withdraw பண்ணிட்டு can we see on you on the whole screen?
Yeah, okay.
கோமதி நீங்களும் வீடியோ ஆன் பண்ணிக்கோங்க.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, நீங்களும் உள்ள வந்துருங்க ma'am. நீங்க லாவண்யா. Ma'am, can we ask our students, ma'am? Students உள்ள வர சொல்லலாமா ma'am?
Students, they may unmute. Of course, they should be official, no?
Yes, exactly.
They are official.
So students, please unmute. உங்களோட வீடியோவை unmute பண்ணி please join us. Students? Yeah, Lavanya, is it okay?
Just a second, Gomes. Just a second.
Please take your time. So that was a wonderful presentation, sir. Romba clear. Like you met out even small things. Romba nalla irundhudunga. We hope that our students will imbibe a lot of knowledge from what you said, and it'll really be worthy for them in their career, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, Lavanya, can we go ahead?
Yes, Gomes, you can go ahead, Ra. You can go ahead.
So like we are coming to the closure of the session. May I request Lavanya to take over the session and deliver her vote of thanks.
A very good morning to all of you. I feel it a great privilege to propose a formal vote of thanks on this jointly organized webinar on scientific writing on innovation, a roadmap for aspirants by Innovation Club of IAC and Research Cell of our institution. First of all, I thank the Almighty for keeping us in good health amidst this pandemic. I'm very grateful to our benevolent management for guiding us in all aspects. My deepest sense of gratitude to our Madam Principal, Dr. R. Umarani, President of IAC, who has been a great support to us and motivates us in all our endeavors. My sincere thanks to the resource person, Dr. P. Sivasaktivelan, Assistant Professor, Department of Agricultural Microbiology, Faculty of Agriculture, Annamalai University, Tamil Nadu. Thank you, sir, for such an informative session, and you have covered the A to Z of paper publications and for your experience sharing. Thank you, sir. My heartfelt thanks to our Vice President of IAC, Dr. B. Amudambigai, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, and Convener, Dr. L. Akilandeshwari, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, for the continuous guidance. I express my hearty thanks to the Research Cell Coordinator, Dr. G. Vasuki, Associate Professor of Mathematics, for joining us for this event today. I thank the Assistant Professor of Botany, Dr. R. Gomati, member of Innovation Club of IAC, for having arranged an inspiring session today. I'd like to thank our fellow Innovation Club member, Dr. R. Kavita, Assistant Professor of Chemistry. I'd like to place on record the formal thanks and appreciation to the star students of today's session, Ms. R. Vasant Lakshmi and Ms. H. Faisal Fatima of 3rd BSc Botany. Finally, thanks to the student members, research scholars who have participated in the webinar. May we all learn and prosper with the blessings of the Almighty. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Lavanya. Thank you not only for the vote of thanks, but also being my, backbone in all my work.
Pleasure, Gomati, pleasure.
Ma'am, Akila, ma'am, over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, let us finish off. Thank you so much, sir. Profuse thanks for your very excellent academic render. Thank you so much, sir. On behalf
Thank you,
of
madam. Thank you for your words, ma'am. Thank you.
And I should thank Gomati for having brought sir to have networking with us.
Ma'am, it's
Really.
it's a bound duty, ma'am. So
Yeah,
thank you, ma'am.
And thank you, Lavanya. Thank you, Kavita. And thank you, Amuda ma'am, and all of the students present here. Thank you, Amuda.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for all the support that you are giving us, both Amuda ma'am and Akila ma'am. Thank you, Lavanya, and thank you, Kavita ma'am, for like it's a team of three. And sir, I'm not putting you at the least, but then it's a wholehearted thanks to you on behalf of our IAC team, on behalf of Research Cell, on behalf of all our students. Thank you so much for making your time for this webinar for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am,
Dear participants, please fill up the feedback link now. We have posted it in the chat box. Please fill up the feedback link.